aka Clarence Hampton III, the section coaches and pros, the X's and O's. This is the fast one to do what we know, so let's go. Yo, what's up, yo, everybody, man? Go ahead and hit like, share, subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate everybody stopping through. But for now, y'all got some talent. These are the backs that do not lack. You heard me? They don't lack nothing. They fire. They on point. Some of these running backs you may have heard of. Some of them you not. But this is not your leading running backs in the NCAA. These won't be the top notch guys. These would be some guys I think that will probably be picked up in the later rounds. Guys that I think that go on the NFL roster and absolutely make an immediate impact with a 1-2 punch, whatever team they get to get these guys. This is not Aston Genty, Cam Scatterboo, RJ Harvey, Omarion Hampton, Caleb Johnson. So there's other guys. There's a whole slew of guys out there right now that I think that are the top notch echelon running backs. But I think this running back class is deep. But these are guys I think that can still provide some of those things, same things, right? And I'm gonna start off with none other than Bushel Tootin from Virginia, man. Hey, what's Virginia Tech? Yo, like Bushel Tootin, right? His season, y'all, you know, he was a 11. He had 1,159 yards, 15 touchdowns. Yeah, the number 33 from Virginia Tech was a beast, right? And through his career, y'all, the guy's 5'11, 209 pounds. The way that he ran was very physical runner guy type of guy. Burst through the hole. He was averaging 6 yards a carry this year, y'all. 6 yards per carry this year. Also this year he had 81 receiving yards. Not his best year receiving, but he is a dual threat type of guy. And he came from North Carolina A&T. Before he got to the Virginia Tech. So to me, I mean, look, starting off at North Carolina A&T, ending up at Virginia Tech, being a guy that he is, the hard work that he has gotten up, every year progressing type of guy. Man, like he figured it out. He's figured it out. If you look at his stats and his seasons, 2021, he only rushed for 215 yards, 3 touchdowns. Then 22 with A&T had 1,363 yards, 13 touchdowns. First year with Virginia Tech, 2023, 863 yards and 10 touchdowns. Then, just last year, like I said, 1,159 yards. Dual threat running back, meaning that he can catch out the backfield. So when I say dual threat, that's what I mean with dual threat running backs, just for the people who do not know. But I think that he can fit a lot of offensive schemes. I think that this guy can possibly become a all down back in the NFL. But to get these guys on a team and 1-2 punch with any back starting back right now in the NFL, I think these guys will slide right up in there. And I get it. The running back regimen and wide receiver regimen has it increased so much, and I think that's why the running backs are overlooked in a draft. But I expect him to be a type of Pittsburgh Steeler type of running back. You know what I mean? But I also could see him on a number of different teams throughout the NFL. I think him and him and Jacobs would make a perfect 1-2 punch over there in Green Bay. So to him giving love, and he also can block out of the backfield. See, and that's what makes these guys who I'm going to be bringing up here more valuable because these guys are used. I think they can block for their quarterbacks also. So they have all three in the phases, and a lot of these running backs in this draft do. And I think there's at least 16 backs, man, in this draft. So and you gotta be have your running backs, man. You gotta have these running backs, but I think they fit any scheme, and this guy does. Bashir Tootin, man, out of Virginia Tech, and that's why I mentioned him on my list. This is in no particular order. I'll probably get the list at the end, but I really like Bashir Tootin. He's a beast. He's a beast. He don't go first down with the first guy neither, but a lot of these guys don't. So my next guy, none other than Kyle Mahogany. Yes, yes, I had him on my fantasy college team, but no, that's not neither here or there. He had this year alone, he's 5'9", 209 pounds, about a New Jersey man. He had 1,279 yards, 13 touchdowns. I think he may slip because of his height, him only being 5'9", 109 pounds. I like shorter guys. I mean, I'm short myself. I mean, that has nothing to do with it, but I like the shorter running backs. These guys hide behind those O lines as long as they open up that hole, and they're immediately always in the second level of that defense. You know what I'm saying? Once they hit that hole, and him, man, I hope he gets the chance to prove himself on the NFL roster because he's an absolute beast. But I do think that this is another one of those guys and a running back that don't lack, man, for real. Because I've seen him do a little bit of everything. I think he's just more of a straight up type of runner. I haven't seen too much passing out of him, as you can see with his receiving stats. Um, he's only had 38 receptions and receiving 252 yards and one touchdown through his whole career of running the ball, but he has 3,221 career rushing yards and 27 touchdowns. And I think that may help, why he'll slide down. But I think this is one of those guys in the draft for real is a running back that don't lack, y'all, man. Because and that will drop him in the draft. I think the fact that they want to see his receiving. I think he does decent enough in the blocking, but I think that was possibly be his weak point is blocking. um, but nonetheless, I think he could split carries with somebody and provide a spark on some type of offense. But I think that the receiving numbers, I think being so low and not seeing so much out of him in the passing game may hurt. Not to say that he can't do it. I think he can do it. Um, but man, look, I really like him, and he's been with Rutgers, man, since the beginning. I think that's a plus that should be looked at. This fact that he stayed down with his team, didn't bounce around, stayed with the same guy in development, and is probably going to get his number called because this is the second year in a row where he's rushed for 1,200 yards in the season, man. I mean, uh, when you rush for 1,000 yards, especially in the Big Ten, I would say that is the equivalent to the SEC getting 1,000 yards, 1,000 yard back in the Big Ten or the SEC. You got to say that they're on somebody's draft board, regardless of the things that they may need to work on and develop in the pros. You got to go ahead and put this guy, you know what I mean, on somebody's board. I think that's another running back that don't lack, man. So, um, Ollie Gordon. Yeah, I know. He slipped a lot. He slipped a lot this year. Very high expectations this year. To be one of the best, if not the best, running back in the nation. The Big 12 is absolutely stacked at running back. If you go if we go conference for conference with running backs, you could put the Big 12 up there with anybody. You could possibly put the Big 12 up there with anybody. You got Scatterboo, Gordon, Harvey, Neal. Um, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't let me get Taj Brooks. Uh, shoot, like you know what I mean. So there's so many names, so many Giddens, so many guys in the Big 12 that are absolutely monsters at running the ball. Some of those guys won't be coming out. Taj Brooks is not on this list. I think he should be. You know what I mean? Because he's so he definitely Taj Brooks got it, but he's not on this list. The reason why I got Ollie Gordon up on my list for the five running backs, right? For the backs that don't lack, is because hey, look, big guy, 6'2", 225 pounds. Um, definitely could catch out of the backfield. Definitely could block. I think that's what he got to work on. But this year he slipped a little bit. Now that hurts him, or did it? Because let's not forget, just last season, Ollie Gordon went for 1,700 yards. He rushed for 1,700 yards just last year. I don't know if Ollie Gordon's going to come out. I mean, I would if I was him. It's from looking at this. He's only, you know what I mean? It's only got juniors, only got 3 years in, right? 3 years of eligibility. I don't know if Ollie Gordon is going to come out. I wouldn't play with it if I was Ollie Gordon. I would just go ahead, get out, um, get the money and whatever. But nonetheless, he's still a back that don't lack. I don't know if he's going to come out, if he's declared or not. Um, but they have to throw a huge bag at him. But I'm saying that that's, what he's put on there. I'm sure one of the later round type of guys will pick him up. You know, him and maybe Saquon sharing the carries in Philly. I don't know if he's more of a Philly type of guy, but I definitely could see him Buffalo Bills, Houston Texans, um, one of these, you know what I'm saying, a team that's in the later rounds. Could definitely see him with one of those teams. And if not, shit, I would take Ollie Gordon. He's, you know what I mean? I would definitely take him, even this year, by being, the way that it was and that his best year, he still had um 13 touchdowns on the ground. They game plan for him specifically. I mean, that's specific. They wanted to stop Ollie Gordon. Every team that he's faced, no matter what the caliber of talent they was, game plan to shut Ollie Gordon down. Still average 5 yards per carry. With that being said, 4.6 to be exact. With everybody game planning against him, 880 yards. Maybe comes back. I guess I don't know, but he's definitely a receiving threat. Like I said, out of the backfield, 29 receptions, 179 yards this year, one touchdown through his career. He got 585 receiving yards and four touchdowns. And he can absolutely block. He can block. You know what I mean? He can block. And this year it may drop to stock. I don't know. I guess he may be wanting to come back to, because he has another year eligibility, and he may be wanting to come back to reprove himself to be a first round pick. But who knows? But nonetheless, Ollie Gordon is one of my backs that don't lack. Next up, I think this is a guy I really want for my Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Jaquez Hunter. If you're gonna ask me, when you look at the backs that's really out there, um, I think Scatterboo, with his performance against Texas, one of the toughest defense in college football, I think maybe solidified him. Ashton Genty is going to translate regardless. 2,000 yard back. That's hard for a 2,000 yard back. We've never seen a 2,000 yard back in college football not translate to the NFL. We have not seen that yet, and I doubt it if Ashton Genty is that, right. So Ashton is definitely coming out first. Jaquez Hunter though, like from Auburn, right? Only 8 touchdowns, 1,201 yards. He's averaging 6 yards per carry though. Um, Not really, unless you're an Auburn fan, right? It's not somebody that you heard of. But still, in the same sense, this is a very dangerous running back. This is a very dangerous running back. To me, he was on some people's boards last year, being in the SEC and running against the teams and playing against the competition that he's played against. But through his career, he's averaged 6 yards per carry. He's not going down on first contact. He's only 5'10", 209 pounds, got the speed, definitely has breakaway speed, 25 touchdowns. No, he's not flying. He's not Chris Johnson speed. No, but the guy has the total package. A great blocker from the running back position. He gets the job done running. I already said that. Decent receiver. Um, he's got 558 yards in his career receiving and 4 touchdowns in his career. And I mean, when you get a guy like Jaquez Hunter, and if you can get him, I think this is definitely, without a doubt, a gem to pick up at running back position for any team. But I think that we should grab him. Seeing that Najee's contract is coming up, I think that he would be available. Jaquez Hunter or Bashol Tootin. I also think he'll be available. Um, One of those two guys, I really think that would help any team. But look, man, and they're both about the same weight. I think Bashul, yeah, they're both 5'11" and 209 pounds. Well, Jaquez Hunter's 5'10" and 209 pounds. Schultz 5'11" and 209 pounds. Both like the same type of guy. Really think Hunter's a little bit more shiftier, where Tootin is more of a straight north south downhill type of runner. But I think Hunter is a pick, man. He's a great pickup for anybody. One of the running backs that don't lag. Now, Devin Neal. I had to put Devin Neal in here because for some reason I haven't seen him as a first round pick, and he's a first round back. Had he not, like, okay, Kansas has more success. Kansas is looked at by the entire country, right? Everybody's seeing what he did to Colorado. Everybody in the nation seeing what he did to Colorado because everybody watches Colorado. So you can't deny and say that you did not see Devin Neal run all over Colorado. But he's been doing this consistently for 4 years, getting better each season, um, improving on his numbers each season. Even in a losing season this year, he's rushed for over 1,000 yards, 1,266 yards, averaging about 6 yards per carry through his career. Also, almost 5.7 for his career. This year is 5.8. So there's really no difference there, right? 16 touchdowns both in 2023 and in 2024. 16 touchdowns both year. 49 touchdowns on his career. Career rushing numbers for Devin Neal. He's had 760 carries for 4,343 yards, averaging 5.7 yards per carry. 49 touchdowns long of 80. Has the speed to break away. Just enough, right? And is absolutely one of the best receiving threats out of the backfield this year. 24 receptions this year, 254 yards, averaging 10.6 yards per catch, and a touchdown. And he's been and in 2023 was almost the same thing. He's been getting better every single year. His career receiving yards totals is 77 receptions for 711 yards, averaging 9.2 yards per catch and 4 touchdowns for his career. He scored a touchdown every year in his career receiving. Devin Neal is a running back, a true running back that is the true definition, and you've seen him throw blocks for his quarterback this year. He is the all-round back. He is a back that is a hard worker. And when you see a guy like this progress every year, statistically, that means that he's put in the work in the off season. And when you can see it statistically, that just ups the ante, right? And it's crazy because yes, he's getting better every year. 2000, just this past college football season, he's had one less catch than what he had in 23, but he has 40 more yards and he's averaged 2 more yards per catch receiving meaning he's worked on that. You don't get that just by, okay, let me go on the field and do the same thing. No, he's gotten better. He's gotten better, right? And that's all you really can ask for when you see it back like that. And as long as he can block, has the size, most definitely has the size, 5'11", 215, perfect size. He's ready to go right now. Right now. He's ready to go plug in NFL roster and play immediately right now. Today. Devin Neal. And that's why I had to put him last and I had to finish, because it's a beast. So if you can't get to a Scatterboo, and I get it. I get it. Scatterboo may wind up a Pittsburgh Steeler. I would love to have Scatterboo. I would love to have Scatterboo. The toughness that I've seen, the downhill running. Let me get straight to the point. And he is a all-round threat, all-round blocker. Period. Period. And he's gonna be a beast. But if you can't get to those guys, these are the five that I think my running backs that don't lack. Now there's more in the back, but this is the ones that I just had to put on the track. You feel all that? That rhyme. Damn. But anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all tuning in, man. That's Truckin Chubby's running backs that don't lack, man. Make sure I hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, man. Peace.